Hello and welcome to another video. People keep not getting it, so I'm going to actually make a whole video on it and explain about free coaching. So firstly, why am I even doing free coaching, right? Like some people ask me that. So, well, there are three main reasons, I suppose. The first one is that I actually don't mind coaching. I actually like teaching people. It's kind of whatever for me. It's not really an issue, right, if I have the time. So I don't really mind it. The second reason is so I have content either for YouTube or my Patreon or whatever. Obviously, there is some kind of a gain for me, right? Out of doing it. It's not like I'm just doing it and whatever, right? And the third reason is that when I was younger, I never had like money online unless I made it from League or something. And if I was like gold or plat or something, I wouldn't even have that, right? Like, there's no way I would even make that. So I'm just like, well, if someone doesn't have money and they want to get better anyway and they're serious about improving, then it might help them. So why not? Okay. Now, with that out of the way, I want to talk about the conditions, right? So obviously, I do want people who play the game and actually care about improving. So I did set like some conditions. So at least 20 games per week in the last month average, meaning that in the last month, these people should have like 70, 80 games at least, right? Not that many, but a decent amount. Most play champions at least 50% of games. I swear like half of the people don't meet this, but I mean, this is like fine. As long as it's like not like every champ being like 20 games and you have 200 or something. If your most played is like 50 games or something, and then you have like 150, that's like still fine, whatever, man. Then decent champs for improvement only. Like, I don't really want like Yasuo or Katarina or Riven. I mean, maybe I'll do it if I feel like it, so you can still apply, I guess. But I'm not gonna do this if there are like others in line, because like these champs are just not that good for improvement. Unless it's like already higher elo where it's fine to play these champs, then obviously it's different. But if you're like bronze playing Yasuo, okay, I'm not really gonna do that most likely, because just, I don't know, play Annie. What can I say? Or like play any of the champs that I recommend for improvement rather than this. Then if a jungler or a laner has this much CS, why do I require this? Well, because it's really a boring session if I tell you, well, bro, you need to clear your jungle. Or, well, bro, you need to last hit better. Obviously, this depends on elo as well somewhat. Like, if you're like bronze, like 5.5 or like, I don't know, 5 is like okay, I guess. It's like fine enough. And if you're like master and I'm expecting like this on court is to be like 7, you know, for example. So there's context to it. So applying is still fine. I just contextualize it, but this is just like general. Then like clears, like I expect you to have like some form of clear, because if you're like serious about improvement, the first thing you should do as a jungler is just look up your champion's clears, or well, how many times you play. I don't know, like play one champ or 2 or 3. I don't think you should play more anyway. You just look up those champions' clears and you go like into practice. So you practice them a bit and you get this, right? Then if you're a laner, having like this kind of CS on average in most games is like kind of needed, right? Because like, as I said, I don't really want to like have you be like iron to gold and me tell you, well, bro, like having 40 CS at 10 minutes is not good. Like, it's just and then the requirement that you have a VOD, preferably POV. Most people end up having like replays instead, so I really have to say this. Like, a VOD is just better by a lot. If you can't record a VOD, then you can either record your replay and post that, or you can like, I guess you can have a replay if you really can't record a VOD, if your PC like literally can't do it. But recording a VOD is not so difficult, and I can like give you 2 ways to do it. Like, first way is you can use those apps, which is like, I think it's like Outplayed and stuff. Those apps like just straight up record your games while you play. And the second way is you can get OBS or Streamlabs or something, and if you just click record, it'll record. It's that simple. then yeah, I don't know, being fine with having your session on YouTube or Patreon, and maybe preferably have some questions or a long-term goal as to what you want to achieve in the game, right? So this is all really not too difficult. Then all you do is you just send your OPG. Maybe you like write a bit, like some people write, like I used to be an ADC player, now I played Evelynn jungle. I need all the help I can get. I switched to mid. Came back 2 months ago after a 2-year break. Peaked this, dropped this. Okay. Like, cool, right? Not too much effort. So if you want this, that's that. And then all it's really used for is either for my YouTube or on this like shit Patreon I have. I just post them all. So yeah. And this Patreon is like $5 per month for everything. And maybe I'll add more stuff in the future to it, like not just coaching stuff. I might add like, I don't know, like that specific stuff, or like, I don't know, like stuff I don't consider that good, so I wouldn't post it to YouTube, but maybe people like, I don't know, for example, tier lists. I don't like tier lists too much. I don't think that they're that good, but I know people like them, so maybe I make stuff like that for this as well. Either way, I just wanted to make a short video on like free coaching that you can get. It's also not limited to one person. You just queue up and you get it. It's also not like 10,000 people, so it won't take that long to get it. So I don't know. I had to like go through this because otherwise people keep getting confused, I think. Either way, if you want it, then join my Discord and you can do this. If you enjoyed the video, I don't know, I would enjoy this video, but okay. Yeah, I don't know, sub and like and whatever. I'll see you next time. Peace.